This is kind of a fun new mod here. Some things have changed already, and we're only one episode into season 4. So yeah, let me show you what's going on here. Well, first off here, I put in a little interior in the clock tower. I don't think any of this was there last time that I was on. And I've done some mining. And I've got diamond armor that is trimmed already and a bunch of gear. Let me kind of show you what's been going down here. So first off, here in the clock tower, I have my buddy. He doesn't have a name yet, but I found him on some of my first explorations. I think I left him at the mountain base, which is one of the things that has changed. So these blocks are part of the new mod that we're using with Farmer's Delight. And with these blocks, you can throw a frying pan on there or a pot, and you can make things like coffee. I really like coffee. What it does for you in this game is it gives you, up there in the top right, you can see that's one of the mods that I'm using myself, but speed and haste for a minute and a half. So extremely zippy and jumping around. So yeah, you actually do coffee beans in here with glass bottles, and you make coffee. It's pretty cool. This thing just cooks food kind of like a campfire, but much faster than normal. You can do things like eggs. Let me show you what you can do with this. I take this and I put this in my offhand. You place and chop, place, chop, place, chop, place, chop. And you end up with a new block. You can set it in the frying pan, which is pretty cool. And then after a second, yeah, it jumps over, and I have it going through this hopper and into here, which is pretty neat. And then you can stick the knife in the thing, which is pretty cool. So I have a couple of these frying pans, and so sometimes I'm doing 2 different things of food at the same time. So a few things have changed around here. You might have seen a name pop up just a second ago. Our third new member of Edge is here. Her name is Chai Tea Gal, and I actually have not met her yet. I've only seen her online like this, so I probably should, you know, meet the neighbors and things. I've been growing a lot of crops here. Some of the new stuff in this is cabbage and rice. So you can take the rice panicle, which I've never heard that word before, and make rice. There's tomatoes. There's some onions. And what else do I have here? I've got peppers, which I think we had already shown off. This is coffee beans. Pretty cool. And then a lot of wheat. The little exclamation points. That was a loud bird. These exclamation points are a resource pack that I'm using that just kind of helps me see when crops are ready to be harvested. It only works on the OG crops like carrots and wheat and potatoes and stuff. So these tomatoes and peppers and all that stuff, they don't get the exclamation point. But what it helps with me is then I can kind of look at my crop, some of these new things, and I can know when they're ready. So I've got some new food. I've been eating mutton wraps. You make those by doing bread and meat and stuff like that. I expanded my lava farm a little bit. It's kind of just nice to have. Somebody maybe borrowed some. And then lots of people here have been expanding their bases and building things, and I need to do a little tour sometime and kind of see who's all where. I did find out that is a s'more. It's a marshmallow covered in chocolate with a graham cracker, and that belongs to Curly. I think that's pretty great. This awesome RV, so cool, belongs to Welder. And it looks like maybe he's blocking the clock tower a little bit, but nah, I think he's just terraforming to make things look cool. But yeah, the watchtower looks good. That way is supposed to be the shopping district. I actually went and checked it out. There's a little coffee house there. We need to go and check it out because there's something new that has popped up there. Oh, I can't walk. This house here belongs to Lee. I was a little concerned of the diorite and, you know, the lava fountains, but I think it looks really good. These little buildings belong to Kobold. We actually found some cactus on the server. We were all a little concerned that there wasn't any. And then we've got our little enchanting setup. We need to put an anvil in here, though. What else? I think that's still Core's house. Somebody was probably messing with some pallets. That looks pretty nice. Got a few mushrooms, and then we've got some more crops and some different houses around here. I don't know whose that is. Somebody's building over there. Looks like Lee is chopping blocks. Maybe that's Red's chopping blocks, or Caddy. I believe this is Caddy Addie's house. I think she's an avian, but she kind of flies and falls around a little bit. So let's hop over to the new Shulk Mountain. And I say new because I moved, and I'll show you why. Initially, when I was looking for a place to kind of make my mega build, sort of where I want to like have my own buildings and want to do some villager trades and some stuff like that, I kind of plan on selling blocks this season. So I need to have a lot of those stonemasons that I can trade and get blocks from. But I really did like that mountain that we found last time. However, this mountain is absolutely amazing. So it is this really tall, very large mountain with a cherry grove on top, and it just looks so pretty with shaders on and stuff. And then I just moved a little bit further, and I found it's kind of a valley of sorts, and there's another mountain on this side with another cherry grove on top, and like way over in this distance, let's see if we can get there real quick, there's another mountain kind of in the distance. And so I just thought this was an absolutely awesome spot to build my big farmland area. So far, here's kind of what I got going on. I've got a villager breeder over there, and I've used it to breed up a handful of guys here to get some stonemasons that I've been getting some brick. I need to get to the point, none of these guys, I think. Oh, I think I've got all of them up to apprentice. And then on this side, I've got just a few more. I need to move 2 more guys over because the stick trades are fantastic for trying to get cheap emeralds. And then I think I'm going to get the feather to level that one up. And then I'm going to start planting wheat, bell peppers, and then cotton and onions to try to get lots and lots of emeralds this way. This fella, 16 emeralds for an efficiency 5 book. This design I think is by Avomance. I will put it in the description. I modified it quite a lot actually, and one of the things that I've done here is try to make room for doing zombie curing. So when you flick this switch, little villager dude pops down here, and hopefully the zombie will be kind of trapped in here, and he'll get him so that we can get these trades down for pretty cheap. So far, I've only lost a couple of villagers trying to do this. And then this is still open right now because I do have the option of doing a second floor. But again, just look at this mountain. It's so cool. Villager breeds are going here. So I've got a handful of villagers. I've got turned off right now because I do not want to increase the lag on the server. With 5 people on, it is a little laggy. So I built a small house here, and I gathered all of these animals. We're just kind of loose around here. Get lots of eggs whenever we come past. You might notice that I've got a stack of 64 eggs, so that is a mod that we are using. Set up a little, whoopsie. Set up a waystone here. And then I've got this little space here that I've recently built that I want to plant a bunch of the new crop types. We'll do like pumpkins and melons here, just so that way I can kind of come and harvest. I flattened a bunch of land out because I want to plant just a lot of wheat. I put this stuff there. Hey, it's working. So one of the new blocks in Delights is this compost stuff. And if you put it in water, or if you like leave it out, it turns into this fertile dirt stuff, and that grows crops faster. And I think it makes it so like when you jump on them that they don't like break the crops either. So that's pretty cool. I'll take those and use them somewhere. And then I set up a little house. I like it. It's cool. I guess brick's my thing this season. It's pretty empty. Just kind of did some floor. I think I'm gonna set up a bit of a super smelter in this room just because I do need one for getting some stone and some things like that I'm gonna end up doing with my trades. And we can talk about how beautiful these mountains are. And you might think, well, Disco, that's I guess that's a pretty valid reason of settling here. But wait, there's more. You can see kind of my little farm place over there. I put a bunch of these lampposts up just so that I can kind of mark some of my territory, but not very far away is this really cool, very large dripstone cave. And I think dripstone caves are pretty cool, but it opens up quite a lot more. And when I've talked a lot in seasons past about how much I like what Minecraft has done with their cave generation and things like that. But when I say that this is probably one of the absolute wildest caves I've ever seen, please know that I mean that. I've spent time lighting up a lot, obviously. Zombies are still spawning up. And let's jump over this way. So like it goes down pretty far. I've been in a lot of that cave, just lighting stuff up. Let's see. I have not got a lot of the resources. I've gotten some of them, but I mean, look, this is still opening up. Look at this beautiful cave that we're not even close to the edge of yet. Look at that. Oh my gosh. There's a abandoned mine up there. There's just so much lava. It's terrifying. There's a little bit of deep dark, I think. But on the very, very, very far side over here by all that stuff. I don't like these sounds. There is a trial chamber. I had to think of what it was called. There's a trial chamber buried very deep on that side over there. And this, I've explored a lot of it and just kind of lit stuff up just to make it cool. But I mean, this is literally like underneath my entire base. Like this new farm thing that I've got going on is this absolutely massive dripstone cave. And I've got this crazy idea of maybe like opening up the entire roof, but I don't know that I have the capabilities of doing that. But this is why. This is, as soon as I saw that this was underneath this, it was like the nail in the coffin, or the signature on the deed. Like, I had to move in. This had to be my spot. It's dangerous in here. I've hurt myself often trying to get around, and I think up here there's another little exit entrance. There's a bunch of mobs right there. Let's go this way. Away from those guys. So the plan this episode is to go check out the shopping district. There's like a achievement thing that Red put on, which is kind of similar to what I did with the teal quests last season. So I'm glad somebody else picked up that challenge, because that was a lot. So we're gonna go take a look. That's a wall. We'll go take a look at the shopping district and maybe poke around, see if we can't talk to anybody this episode, because you know there's people here and it's fun to talk to people, right? Yeah. All right, we'll be back. All right, we made it to the shopping district, and we've already got, there's several things here already. All right, let's see. Sassy sand. Ooh, iron. I need some iron, and we're out. Okay, this is Kobold's coffee stuff. So when I was showing you about coffee earlier, this one applies speed and attack speed. Interesting. Milk coffee. I think I've been doing dark coffee. Yeah, speed 2. No, well, speed and haste, yeah. That's pretty cool. I like this. That's really nice. Haven't even had one of those yet. Burn everything you want. Okay. Blaze rods and breeze rods already. Now, I already came and I bought a couple mending books. Do I need another one? Oh, that has mending. All my stuff, except for my armor. It is mending up. This is cool. Rocket store is open. Oh, gunpowder. 1 diamond per 2 bag. Oh. Alright, I know what that is. Let's check this out real quick. These logs. Lee's selling logs already. I'm assuming stuff is a diamond? Yep. Oh man, that's crazy. That's pretty cool. Okay, achievement arena. Looks like we claim one. Really put his head up there. Let's take... Alright, so that's... I must not have read the Discord all the way. This stuff must be on the Discord. Alright. Find sticks in the center chest, rename them with the task you've completed. Claim a chest, put your name on the sign, and put the named stick inside the chest. Red will check and add up whatever sticks are in the chest. Add the total to... Yeah, so the achievement list must be on the Discord. I'm back at the shopping district, and Gringotts is now open. And I already poked my head in here. He's out. And this is where Core is selling iron ingots. We're gonna get some other ingots, but he's got a couple of goblins. And these goblins are pretty cool. I've already shown some things with them, but I hopped up here to this fella here. Let's see, say, look, a goblin. And I just traded some carrots, and I was like, oh, okay, so I can also do golden carrots for that and get some brick. And I scrolled down and I realized that for 20 golden carrots, I can get a wither skull. And you know, I just might have enough gold to make a wither happen. Yeah, give me just a second and let me see what we can do. How many can I make? Okay. This. Okay. So I absolutely have enough to get wither skulls. Can I do one more? Yes. Oh yes, I'm so having a wither fight. Oh, thank you, little looker goblin. Yeah, that's actually, I don't know if that's a good trade for emeralds or not. Kind of burning through all of my gold. Test this out here. Yeah, I can't trade with him anymore. Just trying to get some more emeralds here. And apples, cobble. That cobble trade is pretty awesome. I'm gonna dump those back there and clean up a little. I don't know what to do with these golden carrots, but that is fantastic. So fantastic. Here I have my first shop. Welcome to block stock in barrels. Basically, I have stock of different blocks and I'm making some sales. And they're in barrels, and so it's funny because it's a block stock and barrels. I want to take a quick interlude from shopping district and things to kind of go over a couple more quick mods that we're using. Up in the corner there, you see I've got a little mini map, and I'm using a mod from called Zero's mini map, and I can make it bigger just so I can kind of see what's going on a little bit. I've tweaked it enough that I like being able to see the little icons of like kind of what's nearby, what's around me. The red ones are items that have dropped, so whether that's like the seeds or I just was night for a second, so there's some stuff. There's a little Beeralis floating around over there. And that one's pretty cool. I can also have a mod that does this, and I can pull up an in-game map, which is pretty cool. So these are all the areas on the server that I have ran around and explored in. The little ice mountain over here. This is a deep cavern, and you can put waypoints on here just so you can kind of see some different things that you want to mark, like, hey, I want to come back to that. I also talked a little bit about that my skin looks a little chunky. That mod is called 3D Skin Layers, and you can do all kinds of stuff, and I think it's pretty cool. I kind of haven't tweaked around with a lot of the settings yet, but I definitely like that it makes a lot of the skin features really pop, and I really like it. I think it looks pretty cool. I do want to poke around with my minimal armor mod just a little bit. I do like that this one shows the armor trims, and yeah, so that's a couple of quick mods that we're using. Let's pop over here. I think I've already talked about the food mod that we're using called Farmer's Delight. But I wanted to show off this little garden plot that I've started. I've got some onions and carrots, cotton, rice, potatoes, tomatoes. The tomatoes will climb on ropes if you have them nearby, so you can come and right click, and it's pretty cool. I've got that, and then I felt the need to plant just a whole lot of wheat for reasons I don't 100% know, but I'm probably going to cover this layer with wheat. I might cover this layer here with wheat. Hey, I got there's a beehive. Some of this layer. So I'm gonna have a really big wheat field over here. The last thing I'll show real quick is I have filled up this layer with villagers. My goal this season, as I already showed off my shop, is to sell building blocks. So I really wanted to have several masons so that I can get some glazed terracotta. I think this guy sells 2, so that's a pretty good win. And then I've got a couple of the librarians selling some things that I'm gonna try to get into like a knick-knack shop, and then some food. Basically, I'm just using these so that I can sell and get lots of emeralds with some of these trades. And then these guys are all here because of the stick trade. I do have a basement set up where long-term I'll be able to drop the villagers down, and then the zombie will come, hopefully say hello real quick, and then we can get better trades. And that's my current villager trading hall. One of the cool things about the Edge is that we have players of multiple various skill levels, or even just like how we play Minecraft. I kind of spent my first few weeks just trying to get like a foothold, trying to get a base set up. I got the clock tower built, get some food going, get a couple initial farms, and then just get started on a shop and some things like that, where some of the other players already have iron farms. I believe Welder has his guardian farm already up and running, and Red has already raided her first deep dark ancient city. So while I have found a couple of trial chambers, you know, I kind of want to wait a minute and do some of the fun stuff, get that spread out just a little bit. I know that we do plan on doing a dragon hunt and getting to the end at some point. I don't know if that's going to be in a couple episodes, in a few episodes, but as you just saw earlier, I already have 3 wither skulls and didn't really have to work super hard for that. And so I am prepping an area back here in the cave. Let me show you what's going on back here. So I have set my spawn. I've got an army of golems ready. And here we go. I can't believe that within the first couple episodes, I'm already starting a wither fight because I need this beacon, because it's going to help me get building blocks with Instamine, and I am scared out of my mind, and I'm excited, but tune in next episode to witness the wither fight with pretty basic-ish gear, and I won't be fighting in third-person front mode because I'll just run into stuff, and there's a zombie. Let's take care of him. See, this is why I need water around. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild. I really appreciate you being along for the ride. If you liked anything in this episode, or you want to know when this wither fight happens here next episode, please give me a subscribe, like the video, comment if you are excited about Edge Season 4. I know I am. And you know what the best part of being down in this cave? I get to end the episode jumping in some water. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's now a thing. We'll see you later.